Alright, apparently the Prezi presentation and the audio files do not work together, so I decided to do it like this. Sorry about the computer thingy that you can see there. Okay, the lesson is what is language, and in order to define language scientifically, we cannot just use the dictionary definition of a means of communication. So a linguistic definition of language is necessary, right? To there. Okay, it's necessary. And in order to do that, I cannot just give you the definition, the scientific definition. Instead, I'm going to give you the language features, the characteristics of all languages, so that we can, in the end, define languages. So here we go. The very first language feature is use of sound signals. Can you read it? Ooh, gross. Okay, use of sound signals. Why do we say that sounds are signals? Well, signals meaning symbols, because we use sounds in a symbolic way. For example, when I say in English, it's just a sound. Is a sound, but it means an article. A photo, a piano, a remote, is an article. If I instead say in Spanish, is a preposition. Me voy a mi casa. Te voy a pegar. So, means something, but it is just a sound that was assigned meaning arbitrarily. That's why we say that sounds function as symbols or signals. In the case of sign language, we say use of signs as symbols. So symbolic signs instead of symbolic sounds. Let's continue with the other features. The second feature of languages is duality. Duality comes from the word dual. Dual means two. Duality is the combination of sound and meaning. When we speak, we do not just produce sounds. If we just did that, my language would sound like this. But that is totally meaningful. So in order to be a language, we need two layers together. Sound plus meaning together. The third language feature that we can see is the one that Tarzan is feeling. Look at the scene. Tarzan is touching Jane's lips. He is figuring out that language comes out of the mouth. Okay? Why is it that he did not learn to speak English properly? Yes, because he was not exposed to English. Why? Because we human beings have a need for learning. Unlike animals who learn to speak in a way when they are born. For example, birds, when they are born, after a few minutes or hours they start chirping. Or horses, when they are born, after a few minutes or hours they start walking. That capacity, that skill is innate in them. While human beings, we need to learn. Someone needs to teach us. If we do not get taught, then we don't learn. Learning happens through cultural transmission. Your parents taught you to speak. Someone who raised you taught you your language. So cultural transmission goes from generation to generation, and everything that we know is through what we have learned. That's the third feature of all languages, shared by all languages. The fourth feature is called displacement.
Okay,
ability to talk about different stages in a person's life. For example, a dog can tell another dog that he has found a bone. What the dog cannot do is tell the other dog that last month he found a bone. He buried the bone in a certain place and that he is planning to unbury the bone the following week. They cannot do that. They cannot go through time in an abstract way as we do. We can talk about present, past, future, conditional forms, subjunctive, many different forms. We can do abstractions with our language. That capacity is called displacement. The next feature is called displacement. No, creativity. Creativity does not have to do with being creative in an artistic way. Instead, it has to do with being productive regarding language. So creativity and production are synonyms. Look at the languages here. We have, which language is this one? What do you think? Yes, you're right, it's Arabic. This one is, yes, Chinese, Russian. Yes, this is absolutely Texan English. Spanish, Japanese, French, and German. Alright, and creativity has to do with this human ability of creating new sentences even if we have never heard them before. Okay? So this is an amazing thing that our Creator gave us. Babies can create sentences that they never heard before, and that is amazing. Then we are not limited in the number of sentences that we can create. We can create an unlimited number of sentences. That phenomenon is called creativity. Then we go into patterning. Patterning is the characteristic of languages of being able to substitute words. For example, in this example we have she is happy. We can totally replace this by he, this by was, and this by sad. He was sad. But still, she, he are pronouns, is, was are verbs, happy, sad are adjectives. So we follow exactly the same pattern, exactly the same order. Okay? If I say the prize has made your team rather objectionable, instead I can say, for example, the winner has cooked for your friends some sausages, something like that. And I can still replace the words. If we do not respect the pattern, then what will happen? For example, with the Spanish sentence, la mesa redonda de madera. That's not even a sentence, it's just a phrase. Okay, if I do not have a pattern, I will probably say madera redonda mesa la, or something like that, which does not make